What's up, YouTube? It's NG, the Neon X, and I'm back. Today I just want to share a video that I made a few months ago about the Z Fold 3. Now, I never posted the video because with the time it took to edit and such, it just didn't seem as relevant as time went on. But now with the release of the Z Fold 4 and a lot of the concerns I had with the Z Fold 3 still persist into the Z Fold 4, I feel this is as good time as any to give my opinion on the Z Fold 3, as a lot of it can still relate to the Z Fold 4. So with that said, here is why I chose to trade in my Z Fold 3 for what ultimately was a much more useful device combination for me.
Now everybody scream enough respect to the X. Enough respect given.
Alright guys, I know I have not talked about the Galaxy Z Fold 3 pretty much since I got the device. I've always mentioned it. I've used it regularly, but I never went into any detail about the device and my daily use of it. And as it stands now, I'm about to trade the device in for Samsung's newest offerings, the S22 Ultra and the Tab S8 Ultra, due to a really good trade-in promotion that they had. Now, this video isn't to try and explain to you guys why I'm doing the trade-in, or one of those where they put their hands on their face and, oh, I'm doing this, blah blah blah. It is just to tell you my experience with the device, and why, at least for me, as good as this device is, I'm actually enjoying the use of my S22 Ultra more. So let's just start with what this phone is. Unless you've been under a rock, they like to say that, but really, this is probably the most popular folding device on the market right now. Samsung has done a wonderful job promoting foldable phones, and this is probably the first one to hit mass market appeal. It's their third version of this device, and the first one came out. It was a high price, very experimental, though me personally, I think it was a better value for what you got for that high price. But it was the first, and it set the stage for all other foldables to come. Now, the second iteration was very much like this one. The colors, the look, the shape, and it caught the eye of more people, but it was still missing a few things that flagships had. People weren't too sold on the durability of the device. They weren't sold on the longevity of the device, and the inner screen, which is the main focus of these folding devices. People were still on edge about the debacle that that happened with the original Galaxy Fold, when the inner screen, there was a piece of plastic that people began to peel off, and the phones began to break. Well, suffice to say, Samsung addressed all those issues and then some with the Z Fold 3. Now, the Z Fold 3 Not only is it more durable, simply because somehow they made this thing waterproof. It's more drop resistant. The inner screen is a thin foldable glass, so it can't get damaged as easily. They fixed many of the camera issues that were apparent with the first two versions of this phone, and they added a S Pen support. Yes, you need a very specific S Pen to use it on the device, but it is there. And those are all concerns or issues that previous Fold users had, me included. Now, when this phone came out, I was very quick to do the pre-order. I traded in my Note 8, which was at the time one of my favorite phones, and the last Note to be released that I bought, because it was the last one to me that was actually worth the upgrade. And I decided to trade in that device for this device, because now the Fold 3 was going to be my new Note. And as you all know, I like to write things down. Now, the experience of this device wasn't exactly what I expected. There were certain things that were good, certain things that were questionable, and certain things that to me were just bad. So let's start with the good. The look, the feel, the power, and the versatility of this device. No question, this is the foldable to get if you're in the market for a foldable device. High sky price aside, what you get for your money when or if you decide to make a purchase of one of these will more than pay for itself once you start to use the device regularly. The outside screen is just like any regular phone you might use. Easy to use, one-handed. You have access to all of your apps. Whatever you may want to do, you have access to from this screen. There is no learning curve here. Once you have this screen, once you have the screen like this, it is what you're used to in your everyday life. Now, when you want a more immersive experience, you just open up the device and you have this wonderful, almost 7-inch, what is it? Yeah, it's 7 inches and change. Forgive me, the exact specs always escape me with these things. And I pretty much do these videos just off the top of the head when I have time and I have something to say. So you have this wonderful immersive experience when you open up the screen. Yes, many will say, oh, but what about the crease? And you can clearly see there is a crease going right up the middle of the device that, in the right light, it's visible. There's no questioning that. But if you look straight on, you don't see it. And that's what happens to you when you start to use the device. The crease that so many people seem to have somewhat of an issue with is gone. You fail to see it anymore because you get used to it, or what you're doing is so engaging with the device, you no longer have time to notice what might be a flaw with the screen. Because the screen is wonderful, 120 hertz on the outside and the inside, so everything just moves smooth and beautiful. Your Netflix, your shows, your YouTube, your work, everything just has a fluency to it that cannot be ignored because of the large size of the screen you now hold in your hand. Now, that was always the appeal or the draw of the Galaxy Fold, going from a phone device like so to a one-handed or more or less one-handed tablet device to really get into the work you might want to do. On top of that, Samsung did add all these neat little features that the device can do. Let's say you go into your camera, you're able to go into specific modes with the camera, where you can have it as its own tripod. Right now, we can have it just take a look at me. Hi, I'm recording this. And the controls are down here, and the video is up there. Now, let's say I want to view pictures that I shot. I can fold the device, and boom, I can scroll through everything that I want on the bottom screen while having a full view of the picture on the top screen. Great for just getting a quick overview of what you've done, things you might want to edit, things you might want to share, or just things you are showing to friends and family alike without your finger being all on the picture. It's little things that Samsung add with the device that makes it, a very interesting use case. One more thing with the camera, which this is probably what I use the most. When you are doing external shots, let's say you want to do a selfie. If you look real close, there is an invisible little node here. Well, somewhat invisible. That is an under-display selfie camera. Many will say it's not the best camera, which it isn't. It's more than usable for vid chats and everything else. But the cameras on the back of the device are so much better. Samsung gave you the ability, if you so choose, Samsung gave you the ability, if you so choose, to use the back cameras as your selfie camera and view the image on the front of the display. That is a feature that most phones cannot say they have, unless they are, of course, a phone with a foldable design. And even many of those don't have such a feature. So, I mean, it's just little things along those lines that made the experience on the Galaxy Fold 3 a really, really engaging and interesting experience. Now, the phone also does have a S Pen where I can write and take notes, and I love to write. And as good as that is also where my main issue with the phone came in. Now, when I'm writing, I'm sure I don't have my S Pen on me with this device right now. In all truth, they stole the S Pen, and my dual S Pen that I have just isn't here. But as much as I love to write on pretty much anything, see, I take notes. I'm a note taker. It's what I do. And when you open the device, you have this huge surface with which you can just write down your ideas, draw pictures, take notes, whatever it is. I mean, I don't normally take notes with my finger, but just to show. Wait, what is this? I think I have it set to pen only. That's probably it. Yeah, but so as much as you're able to take notes with this, and it's a really great experience to take notes with, my issue comes with this. I'm unable to take any notes on the outer screen, and this just makes me scratch my head. Samsung really missed out on a really great opportunity here to really grab the Galaxy Note fans and give them a device to truly replace it. Now, the issue comes in, like I said, I can't take notes on the outside. So quick notes, screen off write, or quick screen off memo as they call it, does not work on this outer screen. If I am outside, out and about like I am most of the time, and I have a quick idea or someone is trying to tell me something, and I know I may not remember it later on, with my Note and phones that have the ability, the V60 was also one of them, you would just write on the screen and it would save it. This one, that doesn't work. And it really bothers me because now when someone has something to say to me, I have to pull out the device, open the device, unlock the device, and use whatever Note app or method I have to open S Notes. No, you can use your S Pen or just have it in a bubble on your screen to get into the Note, and then start the Note. It's a lot more steps than I would like to have to take just to take a quick note. And I know, to many that's a really small thing, but to me it's a really big thing because I like taking notes. I want my note-taking experience to be one of the best aspects of phones that can take notes. And this device just didn't allow that. As much as I love to watch videos and edit on this, I mean, that is an amazing option. I do a lot of my YouTube edits on my folding phones. It's wonderful to be able to just go in and see your video up here and mess with the timeline down here. It's a really great experience. The screen is great for those full screen apps that you need to have more space to view and work in. But the other part of what I do is write. And being able to write things down, or in this case, the lack of having the ability to quickly write something down just bothers me. It's not a deal breaker. I mean, I have other devices for it, but the fact that this device, as it stands, was supposed to replace the main device that I did that for, not being able to do that really hurt. Now, that is one of the main reasons why when the promotion came about and the offer came about to trade in the device to get a Galaxy S22 Ultra and a Tab S8 Ultra for a combined price of about $900, I really took it into consideration. If you watch any of my other vids, you know that I did buy the S22 Ultra even before they shipped one to me, just to get the experience of the device, see how it works, see how I would use the device, and if it really could do what I needed it to do. And to suffice to say, my S22 Ultra right now is doing the recording of this vid. The S22 Ultra is the phone in my right pocket. Why? I'm able to take those quick notes. It's able to do everything this device can do except fold. With the addition of better cameras, better battery, and quick notes. It's a small thing, but that is really the nail in the coffin. Well, I mean, I don't hate this device by any means, but that right there was really the deciding factor as to if I would send this guy back and take advantage of the promotion that Samsung had offered. Using the S22 Ultra, when it came time for me to write down something and the screen off memo just worked, it was like using my Note 8 all over again. The experience was just took me back, and I really enjoy being able to do that. Now, with these devices, you might say, well, aside from the note taking, does the S22 Ultra, have the viewing experience? Because this screen is really large, And I'm like, well, depending on what you watch, yeah. Let's say you happen to view something on this device. No matter which way you view it, you get the bars at the top and the bottom of the device. And in truth, the viewing area on the Fold 3 is not that much bigger than the full screen viewing experience on the S22 Ultra. So though I do miss being able to just have it here, sit it down, have it be its own kickstand, it's something I'm able to live with, being that, no, I've been accustomed to it before. There's just a few things about the Z Fold 3 that to me, it's just not fully ready for me to use it as I like to use it. I did a video on what the Z Fold 4 should have, and I really think if Samsung can come through with those options, even though, you know, there is nothing set in stone as of yet, but if they can, I think the Z Fold 3 will be the fold that I actually get and I keep, and replaces the S22 Ultra for what I use it for, because I really need that full note writing experience. And as much as the Z Fold 3 comes to getting that experience, it's the little things that it is missing, that it lacks, that makes me just can't use it how I want to. So as you can see, a lot of the issues that I had with the Z Fold 3 still persist on the Z Fold 4. Lack of a place to put the S Pen, lack of the ability to write on the outer screen, battery. Well, they did do better on the battery, so I'm told. But I would really just like a more Galaxy Note-like experience on this device that, to me, was supposed to replace the Note line. One could say that the S line, at least the Ultra of the S line, is the true replacement for the Galaxy Note, because for all intent and purpose, an S22 Ultra is just the next version of the Galaxy Note, of course with better cameras and all that. But I had really hoped that the Fold would be the true successor to the Note line. It only makes sense. Large screen to write on, impressive technology that the Note was known for. But I guess we'll see with the 5th iteration of the Fold line. If all's well, the Z Fold 5 will have all of the features I had hoped the Z Fold 4 would have. But until then, the S22 Ultra is where I will stay as far as Samsung devices go, and enjoy what I have until I have something better. Well, this is it. The Z Fold 3 has to go. Like I said before, it's not about not liking the device, because I really do enjoy using this device. It's more about the device not delivering and give me that full Note experience that I want on the outer screen and the inner screen. With that said, my name is NG, the Neon X, and bidding goodbye to the Z Fold 3. This is what I'm into.